Okay, good evening, everyone. Today we are here to talk about the beautiful presentation on the International Strategic Management, and we are Group 23. Today we choose the McDonald's as our company, and firstly I'm talk about the current market of the McDonald's. Before that one, I can explain something. Well, McDonald's is founded in 1940 by the two brother Richard and the another one and the California, and it is a famous in all over the world because it's a fast food restaurants that were open in all over the world, and it is also popular because of the young people like the fast food and they like the junk food. And if I talk about the current market, first I'm talk about the strategies of the McDonald's. They investing the money in the restaurant to influence the children and families, and they are also their main focus to satisfy the customer. They satisfy the customer with their low price, quality, high quality of product, and they also provide the fast service and home delivery as well. And if I talk about the position of McDonald's as a brand, and it's the number one brand in all over the world, and their main focus is on the leadership. Just like they found the new techniques, new technology, how they advertise their product. So their main focus is on the technology and influence the customer behavior and the customer satisfaction. And also talk about the past analysis. Past analysis means the different factors that affect the McDonald's. First, I'm talking about the political factor. In the political factor means the government imposes the tax. They when they export and import the products from the another country, then it's becoming the political factor. How they affect the McDonald's as McDonald's, and the second is the economic factor. Economic factor means the whole and economically a factor that affect the company. And if I talk about the social, just like the social in the lifestyle of the people is changed by day. Just like if I talk about my home country, the lifestyle of my country people is totally different. They don't like the junk food. Most of the people don't like to having a breakfast, just the fast food. So it's definitely affect the McDonald's. And if I talk about the technology, they can also use the technology, just like they can the fast service, the mobile services. They can, or people can order from their mobile from their home. And the legal factor, just like the legal requirement when they can open the company, when they can open the branch in another country, there's some legal and environmental problem they can face. So if I talk about the Hofstede culture dimensions, just like the individualism and collectivism, and the uncertainty avoidance and power distance means the high power distance and the low power distance people, and masculinity versus femininity means man and females, and the long-term orientation. If I talk about the cross-culture dimensions in the three different states, that you say in the United States, the power distance is the 40%, and even if I can talk about the China, there is a power distance. There is a low power distance is only 29. If I talk about the Netherlands, there is the highest more power individualism and collectivism is the 80%, and whereas in the Netherlands and the individualism and the collectivism is only the 40%. And the next slide is explained by my colleague.
3.
Hi guys, so I am talking about the SWOT analysis of McDonald's. So when we going to the SWOT analysis of McDonald's, first of all I am going to the strength. The majors and the majority strength of McDonald's was its brand name. Even we know if we are going somewhere, we first check for the McDonald's. Is there is McD? That's the first question we are raising. So the brand name was the first trend of McDonald's, and other thing was the brand value. Even everyone giving a good brand value to McD, which compared to the other old Subway, KFC, Burger King, and all other Pizza Hut. If we go to any other, we can. So if you go for a fast food, first of all we go for McD. Even once we open the Uber or some other Just Eat or something, we can see McD will be the first one. And the product range, McD has a wide product range, like they have a very kind of burgers, drinks, and even sandwiches. They have a lot of rolls, so all the things that they have. And the promotional strategy, the promotional strategy they used was reaching the worldwide, and it's very economic of scale. The company has can share of fixed cost over many restaurants location, because the locations of the company or the branches of the McD was situated where people can easily access. And when we goes about the weakness, every company has a weakness. Once we go for the weakness, the lack of product differentiation. They are just stuck in the burgers, drinks, and the wrap. They don't have anything like fries or something we can choose for the kids, something like that. So they don't have a product differentiation. And the slow financial growth. Once we go to the financial sides of the MACD, we can show it's growing very slowly. Its growth is very slow. And when we go to the product development, the development processes, once they are introduced to one product, it takes more time for the innovation of the next one. So they are stuck in a single product or a kind of product. They are not expanding their products. The brand perception is the next weakness for the MACD. And when it goes to the opportunities, expansion brings more profit, because they are expanding to the each and every country. In my knowledge, I think they have branches in all the countries and all the states they have, and that's a major increase for the profit expansion. And the other opportunity was first introduced to yuan denominated bond. That's our next opportunity for the MACD. And when it goes to the threats, competitors, as usual, everyone have the competitor. So as MACD also have the threat, like there is KFC, which raising now, Subway, and all Papaji, everything is here. So I think competitors is a big threat for the MACD. And the next thing is economic recession, as it affect all the businesses. It also affect the MACD also. And the final threat, I think, was health conscious about the customer. And we know now fast foods are like much more harmful to the health. So I think people are much more aware about that, and they are taking more care about their health. So it takes some threat for the MACD. And I'm also talking about the action plans of MACD. The action plan, I think they can take about the first thing is affordable price. And I think the price, when they are introducing a new thing or something, they can be in a good affordable price, like 99p they will get MACD cheese. So like that, there is something like affordable price, and expand the menu. So they have a small variety of products, like they're stuck in some 3 or 4 various productions. I think they can expand the product level. And franchising, even if they can start franchises over there, the cities and popular places, like if they are accessible to the villages and the people flying or like traveling peoples, like, so they can franchising will increase their action plans result. So, and also the same like franchising, they can do the new markets also, innovate new markets. So I think, in my perception, I think MACD can take traveling peoples as a new market or something. Even they have, but they don't have much more in the traveling field. So I think these are the action plans for MACD. And my friend Shala will going to take about the POTES 5 process analysis.
Yeah. Hi guys, my name is Ajose Shola, and I'm in group 23. Yeah, I'm going to talk about the bottom 5 forces analysis of McDonald's. McDonald's is a primary strategy of cost leadership as a cost producer, McDonald's offers that relative cheaper compared to other competitors like the Abri. However, McDonald's is also a broad different action. Also uses a broad different action, sorry to say, as a secondary or a supporting generic strategy for their products. And some of these forces of McDonald's are like the threat of new entrants, the number of competitors. They're going to look at the number of competitors before you can just jump into it. You can jump into the competing or like other competitors too, and you check the quality difference. The customers need to see the quality difference before they can choose other products. Like comparing McDonald's to other products as well. Like they can see that McDonald's have a good quality product compared to other products, and other differences as well. And when you talk about switching costs, that's when I talked about the relatively low cost. Because when you compare McDonald's products to the Abri, you can see like their cost of product is kind of cheap compared to other products. So people and other consumers will definitely go for McDonald's instead of going for those products because they have good quality and their price is relatively low as well. Yeah, and the last one, we'll talk about customers' loyalty. They can gain the customers' loyalty from this kind of system whereby you use a low cost to attract customers. So you gain more of customers when your product is low and it has good quality as well. Yeah, and coming to talk about the bargaining power of buyers, we'll talk about the cost of changing, and we'll also see the number of customers. When you look at the numbers of customers, you know the kind of power like the customers determine in this kind of situations. Customers determine the outcome or sales of the market, and the size of order. You need to consider the size of orders as well when you're talking about the bargaining power of order. The price sensitivity. The company needs to be sensitive when it comes to this kind of system, and also the ability to substitute. As for this company, and talking about my own perspective, from my own point of view, like we need to really see this ability to substitute. You really need to create a priority whereby customers can see themselves like preferring more of McDonald's products compared to other products. That is when this the low cost price comes in. Like when they see like the price, they have good quality and the price is definitely low, then definitely they have the ability to substitute other products for their product as well. Yeah, and we talk about the number of suppliers. But when we come to threat of substitutes, we check for the numbers of suppliers too as well. The size of suppliers, the uniqueness of the service, and the ability to substitute. Bargaining power of suppliers. Here you talk about the time and the cost of entry. You need to consider the cost of entry before establishing a particular company or going into a particular sector of business. Like for the McDonald's, they've invested so much in the business, so they need to gain more attention from their customers. The specialty knowledge, the economies of scale as well, the cost of advantage, the technology protection, and I would just need to talk about the Bowen strategy as well. This Bowen clock strategy, it shows the perceived view to customers, showing the differences from the high to the low level. If we're talking about from this high to the low level scale, that is when the Bowen's clock comes in. So this Bowen clock, it helps to notify the customer the market differentiations and analyze its competitive position in the market. With this Bowen's clock, the company tends to know their level in the market and the competitors as well. In comparing them to other competitors, they know where they're standing and they know their challenges and they know how to tackle the problems as well. Yeah, so I'm going to talk about the high risk margin. From the first one here, this is the low price or low added value. Yeah, and the low price of when these products lack difference value, the product does not tend to sell more in the market again because it's losing its value already. And the second one, we're talking about the low price as well. The low price, Walmart is a major competitor when we talk about low price competition. When we talk about low price in competing with McDonald's, and we talk about the hybrid as well. Discount in price is a very high example. When you have discount in your prices compared to other products, you have low price. You have tendency of selling more when it comes to that aspect. And company also design also makes a difference. We talk about differentiation. We talk about differentiation in number 4 here. When your design is unique, you tend to sell more, and it attracts customers to your product. And I think with this, I would like to introduce my other colleagues as well to come in and talk about more on other slides as well. Thank you.
Yes.
Hi everyone, this is Elsha. It was an amazing opportunity for me to work with a very great group. So it was asked me to take the resources, capabilities and core competencies of McDonald's. So when we look to the resources and capabilities, we can divide it into 5 main topics like brand image, global presence, HR culture, supply chain and customer loyalty. And it is analyzed in the under 5 main topics like how valuable it is, how rare it is, how imitatable it is, and how it is exploited, and its implication on markets. So when we look to the implications on market, we can see that the brand image and the supply chain is having competitive advantage. And we look to the global presence, HR culture and customer loyalty, we can see that it is having a temporary advantage. And we look to the other factors like how valuable it is, how rare it is and how imitatable it is. We can see how it is affecting the generation nowadays. Like we know that global presence of McD is a very valuable thing, and yeah, it is not imitatable and it is not even rare also. And when we look to the how it is exploited, we know that the 5 factors, 5 of them are like affected. Of McDonald's, we can see like there are 5 main core competencies for McDonald's. Just like brand image, food variety and quality, global presence, customer service and economies of scale. It was explained in the previous slide. So moving to the comparison with other markets. Comparing to the competitors, the result of McDonald's, the revenue was decreased to minus 0.24% in the second quarter of 2019, year on year, despite the revenue increase by most of its competitors by 4.33%, recorded in the same quarter. And at last, we also know that with the net margin of 28.4%, company achieved higher profitability than its competitors. Technology. When we look to the technology of McDonald's, it is a very wide non-technology now prevailing in our generation. The McDonaldization is something that we can see very popular nowadays. Consumers are ready with their mobile phones, as we can see in these pictures, like the self-ordering system, the tablet technology, and the phone, how the customers use the mobile experience through McDonaldism is a very popular thing that we can see nowadays. The success of this strategy led to some other strategies of McD was like lower waiting time, average order value, lower staff cost, and increased order accuracy. Okay. And the other main important thing of the technology of McDonald's is they are providing the technologies that the customers could use. How they are providing the technologies that they know how to use. So it also helped to increase the revenues from the bottom line, and it also gives us a very good message, like integrating technology into the business models. Like if we are not trying to implement the technology in our business models, it is going to decrease the revenue. And this is Elsho.
Hi, this is Anvesh. I'm going to speak about the creation of new markets. McDonald's is one of the largest fast food chains in the world. McDonald's displays its massive reach functions smoothly across various regions. The reason for this is the consistent strategy to integrate local trends, cultures, legal, political environments in consideration. And then McDonald's concentrates on the quality of its products and employees, just intimate in-time process, and it also integrates automation where it can reduce the operating costs. And then go to the tools of strategic change management. Change management is the approach which teaches how to deal with the McD transformation of organizations and their technology. It helps to bring control and adapt change in an organization. There are various tools in manage change. Some of them there: process maps, Adhkar analysis, stakeholders analysis, and then go to the conclusion of McDonald's. McDonald's is the second biggest restaurant in the world. They have many variety of drinks and burgers. The technology is the latest updated on. The finally we done with this was they can expand the products and branches. Thank you for the presentation of McDonald's.